In 30 minutes, broadcasting's finest duo will hit the airwaves. And prepare for the incomparable Opie and Anthony Show. Only a show this big could have a pre-show this good. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony pre-show with Sam Roberts.
Good morning. We are back live. Live. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Well, it's the Opie and Anthony pre-show, the show before the show. 866-WOW-1-WOW is the phone number to call. 866-969-1969. Live and direct. Call in now to talk about what went down over the 3-day weekend that Opie and Anthony are going to want to sink their teeth into as soon as they walk into that studio this morning. Or some of the stuff that happened on Friday. After 3 days, as debaucherous as Friday was, we tend to forget. That's why the Opie and Anthony pre-show is here. To excite us, to remind us. 866-WOW-1-WOW, 866-969-1969. Huge show planned for today. I mean, if you thought we've been having super shows lately, wait till I tell you the people that are coming in today. I'm not going to tell you yet. But a studio full of comedians, once again, on today's Opie and Anthony show. Today is going to be one of those shows that you're not going to want to miss. No. Plus, it was a huge news weekend. I mean, you're talking about Jimmy Fallon, a friend of the show. Jay Leno was a friend of the show, too, but now another Tonight Show host who's a friend of the show. Yeah, Jimmy Fallon started the Tonight Show last night and did a fabulous job. Hopefully we'll have time to get into that. We got so much to get to today. 866-WOW-1-WOW, 866-969-1969 to call up the Opie and Anthony pre-show. On Friday's show, we had Ron Bennington in studio. And Ron Bennington, almost by himself, creates a super show. But Ron, it was a super show. It was the good kind of super show mixed with the bad kind of super show. It was an odd pairing. Because Ron Bennington is one of the most, if not the most talented broadcaster at Sirius XM. Plus, he's the funniest guy you'll ever hear on the radio. So, when he comes in, you expect the spotlight to just be put on him. But before Ron was booked, we already had a dating game planned. So Ron walked into the studio. He isn't usually a part of the ridiculous bits that we do on the Opie and Anthony show. And he was trying to figure out exactly what was happening. But he had an explanation for it. Let's go to track one. Ron Bennington enters the studio on Friday.
I like the goatee.
Well, it's a winter thing.
Is it?
You know what I mean? It's a winter thing. It's like maybe when spring hits, I'll shave it, but not until.
That is a sweet goatee,
you
brother.
You fight back a little bit. You know what I mean? You got to fight back against this winter.
And no one's going to fuck with you. You look evil.
Well,
is this the evil Ron Bennington?
Don't you just think that Ron Bennington himself is the evil Ron Bennington?
Well, I'm onto you. I don't think a lot of people are onto you. I'm onto you.
No,
I've been onto you for many years, brother.
He's sweet.
I've been onto you for a while, but now the goatee. That's like that sitcom stuff. Make the character evil by growing the goatee.
Turn it a little bit. You know what I mean? I like to stay in character.
Yeah.
Speaking of evil, I think that your show has taken more of an evil bent since you gave power.
I like that.
To Sam.
Sam's got some power around here.
Yeah.
He's an evil fuck.
It's really despicable.
Well,
it really is.
Yeah. Because he doesn't have emotions. We like hiring people that don't have emotions around here.
This is Sam's angle.
Yeah.
What can we do to special needs people today?
Wonder where he learned that from. Awkward. I just had to tap out of that stuff years ago. But
sure.
I had to.
But I know, but now it's back in a big way.
Yeah, but I don't have to,
You don't have to partake in it?
I don't have the responsibility.
Right. He's the Malcolm McDowell, and he's Caligula. Basically, you're Tiberius Caesar.
Right.
And he's Caligula.
There you go.
That was a very astute observation on the part of Opie. I mean, my role as somebody who's in charge of putting stuff together for the show is to give the guys what they want without them having to ask for it. So they don't have to go home feeling guilty. If they feel like they've abused somebody, they can kind of tell themselves, well, wasn't really my fault this time. Wasn't really my fault. Sam put this together. It was kind of a him thing. And that's just my role. We went on to, of course, play the dating game. It was Bobo, Denny, and the returning Oscar the Intern. For those that don't remember Oscar the Intern, I mean, the best representation of him in a quick way is on Opie's YouTube account. He put up a video on Twitter on Friday, I believe it was. It was an old video that he shot, but Oscar is the most nervous person that you've ever met, especially when you get a microphone in front of him. So he just panics. He goes nuts. The returning Oscar to the dating game, and they were all vying for a date with Lexi Love. Let's hear Bobo's introduction to the dating game. He's talking about a hypothetical date that he would go on with Lexi.
So, my sexy guys, describe a romantic date to me.
Bobo too busy checking his Twitter. Jesus, Bobo. Throw your phone away, please.
No, I didn't know how long it would take
Twitter
to get to me. But first off,
sorry.
Since it is winter, I would take Alexi to a Rangers game, the Garden. I would get her whatever she wanted to eat. You name it, I'd get it for her. And to be because I'm extra nice, I would actually get up and get the food for her, and she wouldn't have to leave her seat.
Oh, wow.
I would actually get up and get the food for her.
Fuck out of here.
Quite a gentleman.
That's some solid
And
shit
I would
right there.
also make sure she's conscious. I know I heard she had.
That's the first mistake.
She has some diet that she needs to eat stuff that's gluten free.
Bobo just slid that line in. Of course, I don't think that goes without saying. When you're talking about Bobo, yeah, he should make sure that she's conscious because he's probably gone on dates with women that are unconscious. Even my wife was laughing at that line. She hates Bobo. Larry in Illinois. What's up, Larry? Welcome to the pre-show.
Good morning, Sam. Good morning.
Good morning.
What makes the show great, I really do believe what makes the show great, is that there are so many lines that people throw in that you have to listen to the replay
True.
just to get all the lines that are thrown in, and some things that are hilarious that become a throwaway because everybody's laughing at something else.
Yes. You have an example, or are you just saying?
Well, one example, Anthony was expressing frustration with something, and you just pop in with a kind of off mic, don't start crying, referencing back to all the times when things didn't go well, he burst into tears, and it gets no reaction, and I'm laughing like crazy. Or when on the Super Show, one of the gals says that Bobo smells like a dirty asshole, and Anthony says, it smells like Rich Voss.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, Larry. It's the little things that you have to pay attention to. The Opie and Anthony Show is a nuanced show, and I don't think it gets credit for that enough. There's so many things going on, and today, you want to talk about a lot going on. We have a lot going on. Also, today is the return of Mars. Mars has been gone from the show for what, over a month, right? We talked about in the beginning, it was as if we couldn't do the show without him. And then last week, there were comments about not needing Mars at all anymore. So maybe he just waited a little too long, but he's hobbling around here with a cane today. I think he's faking it. I think he's just trying to have some excuse. This is why I was off a month. If you're off a month and you don't come back with crutches or a cane, you look like a fool. So good on you, Mars. But he is back, our engineer. Let's move on. We were talking about the dating game on Friday. We heard Bobo talking about being such a gentleman. He was going to make sure his date stayed conscious. Then we moved on to Dennis Falcone, our old school radio pal, who described his ideal romantic date.
All right, let's move on to Danny.
I was thinking of maybe going to Applebee's. They have that great 2 for $20 special. Two nice meals. They always have a nice jukebox of music, actually a Muzak system in the background, and it's always fun to play music trivia because if there's something I love, it's just music trivia. Like name that tune. I get a little artist information.
Where do you do name that tune at Applebee's?
Oh yeah, they have trivia nights. I work there. I was doing a trivia night.
Of course you work there.
Yeah. I worked there many times. Also, during Monday Night Football, between the games, between the breaks, I would do some trivia.
How many times have you thought of killing yourself?
Are you asking me?
It's a proper question for either person participating in that game. I would say so, definitely from Friday's show. Dennis never disappoints. Never. You just pop on, and he starts talking about Applebee's. Who would bring up Applebee's? Opie is in the other room shaking his head at me as if I've done something wrong. He's not even listening to the show. He's trying to throw me off my game. It'll never happen. But Opie is here. He's in the other studio. He knows that Mars was faking, too. I did notice that as soon as Opie walked in, Mars jumped by his side, like as if he hadn't missed a beat. Mars realized, oh, no, there was over a month of potential friendship time that was lost while I was gone. I have to make up. I have to make up for it all right now. And we do have a show today that's going to require some engineering. I'll get into that. I'll get into it. I promise. 866-WOW-1-WOW if you want to call up the pre-show. Let's move on with what happened on Friday. We heard from Bobo. We heard from Denny. Oscar, the intern, came back. First time on the show in over 2 years, I think. And this, I believe, was the moment that cemented him in this game. It was either this or when Opie passed a note that said Oscar has to win this thing. One of these two. I don't remember exactly which cemented his victory in the dating game. But I think it was when Oscar started randomly singing in Spanish. Let's play track 8. Beatbox, who kid?
You want me to beatbox? All right, ready?
Yeah. Hi, Lexi. How you doing?
Hey, baby.
Hi.
What's up?
Yes. So, are you from around here?
What? Is he rapping or?
You gotta sing.
Yeah. I can't sing. Oh man, I can't. I can't sing.
I thought you were gonna sing.
Oh, you want me to sing? Okay.
Sing, motherfucker.
That's why we're doing this.
It's gonna be in Spanish, all right?
Okay.
Well, whenever you're ready, motherfucker.
Well, I'm just trying to remember.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm running out of fucking spirit.
Era mi chica ideal, una dulce perla blanca mexicana, la cual yo amaba, pero nunca pude tener. Y mostrarle todo lo que le escribí en el fondo del mar. Satélite. Flotando por el universo en busca de señales de...
I think this is the Spanish version of My Nigga. My Nigga, my nigga.
I hope so. I really hope so. All
right, very good, Oscar. Very good.
It's just bizarro world in here when that stuff starts happening. I don't even understand. Like, people are like, oh, he's a decent singer. Out of nowhere, this weirdo is singing in Spanish while Hookit is beatboxing, and in the beginning, he didn't even sing. Just craziness. Well, Oscar obviously won the dating game. Bobo was upset because Bobo lives in his own world, and I guess he's friends with Lexi Love, who was in here participating in the dating game on Twitter. And, you know, it's like whenever a female is nice to Bobo, he's convinced that the two of them are in love. The way we were talking about it last week, that as guys, like in middle school, we would convince ourselves that we were in love with these girls and they were in love with us, even though these relationships didn't exist. Bobo is still going through that right now. And he's going through that with Lexi Love. So it hurt a little more than it did for the other contestants when Bobo lost the game. And Bobo started politicking a little bit. I don't know if you've seen House of Cards, but Kevin Spacey's character, he just politics the whole thing. He ducks and weaves and he creates situations that you don't even know he's creating while he's doing it. And he ends up as the vice president of the United States. Spoiler alert, that was season 1 anyway. But what I'm saying is there are people like this who try to manipulate the situation and create a reality that best benefits them. And I believe this was Bobo's benefit of manipulating the situation around him. If we could go to track 9.
Yeah,
Bobo, he comes.
We're going to move on, but the people need to know that Bobo will not go away.
Yeah, he's sitting there in
He
the
lost the
studio.
dating game.
Well, if I have to, whatever day it happens, I'll pay for it myself.
Why would you want to go on Oscar's date with him?
Well, I want to photograph it.
We got cameras.
We'll be photographing it. You want to make sure Oscar doesn't stick his tongue down Lexi Love's throat, right?
No, I want to make sure no one gets harmed.
Okay.
In what way?
What are you saying, man? What are you
I
trying to
mean,
say?
Lexi is a friend of mine. She's a friend of mine. I mean, that's all she is. She's a friend of mine, all right? If I only know her as a friend of mine, I'm fine with that.
Okay, dude.
Look at the look he's giving Oscar.
Oh, he's tight right now.
You're pissed off that Oscar won, aren't you, Bobo?
A little bit, but I'm not letting it get to me that I.
No, you're not, are
So
you?
really, you just want to go on the date and be a fucking cock blocker with a camera?
I'm not gonna be a camera.
Shut up! Yes, you are.
Well, I don't interfere with anything that happens.
Yeah, you shouldn't be there. Your fucking mopey presence with a camera photographing it is going to wreck
Right.
everything.
All right, so it didn't pan out the way Bobo saw it panning out. He went from a photographer for the show that he would pay for his own food, which I love that he's also going to get himself a meal. I'll pay for it myself. Why don't you just not eat? What do you have to, well, I got to have a burger. He went from a photographer to security expert. He's going to go and make sure that nobody gets harmed on this date, as if we need extra. I mean, the reason that we get chaperones is because we send people on dates with people like Bobo. We would need a chaperone against Bobo, not the other way around. So Oscar finally had enough. This was probably my favorite moment of this show on Friday, when Oscar finally had enough of everything that Bobo was doing. Let's play track 11.
Fuck yeah.
Oscar, you want to give your date away?
Hell no. Look out of here, man. Yeah, I won
that
fair and
pussy.
square, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like Oscar said, he won, and he doesn't have to give the date away. He won it, and he should go on that date. I agree with Oscar.
Keep your mouth shut, man.
Wow. Some real shit up here.
Hey, I was just being nice, and I'm
Oscar
saying
don't
that
play.
I
You
agree
can-
that he
you can
should-
see it.
It's becoming really annoying, man. Just get
Yeah.
the whole-
Are you saying, Oscar, that he's making it about himself, right?
Wait, what's up? Sorry.
He's making it about himself right now.
Yeah, I know.
It's not myself. This is not about myself. You're the one who won.
Yeah, you're being an attention whore, man. All right.
What do you have to say about that, Bobo?
I wasn't making this about myself. I wasn't trying to draw attention to myself. I was trying to make sure to
Yeah,
acknowledge
but you keep
that
talking. That's the thing. That's what you're doing. You keep talking.
it's part of the show. I'm supposed to talk.
What? Oh wow.
All right, I'm not going to be quiet and do a Fez impersonation.
Oh, wow. Now you're taking shots. Now you're taking shots.
Damn.
Now you're taking shots.
What the fuck just happened?
Fez isn't even here to defend himself.
I know, that's fucked up.
And that hurt him somewhere.
No,
Believe me, I lowered him.
Believe me,
You just ruined Ron's day.
I enjoy Fez and all the laughs he brings.
Yeah.
But sometimes when it gets silent, it gets a little bit. It kind of bums me out when he's silent a lot. I get bummed out when he's silent.
Do you like it, or do you get bummed out?
I get bummed out when he's
Okay.
silent for the whole time.
All right.
It kind of gets sad, like it feels like something's missing when Fez is silent.
You know what? When people don't talk, then it's a moment to learn and understand other people, man. All right? Maybe you should learn that.
So Oscar can't take it anymore.
Oscar is such a nice guy, and he's trying not to attack Bobo. But he turns, he has to, maybe you should shut your mouth, man. Maybe you should stop talking. Let's start going to some calls. 866-WOW1WOW, 866-969-1969. It's the Opie and Anthony pre-show. We go to Anthony in Queens. What's up, Anthony?
Samuel, good morning.
Good morning.
You ever want to take Bobo when he walks by to smack him upside the back of the head?
That's the easiest thing I want to do to him. Are you kidding me? There's no part, after a show that Bobo is on, there is no part of me that doesn't want to sidekick him as he's walking down the hall and watch him fly out the 36-story window.
Nah. Just right upside the head. Bam, you know?
Boom.
Yeah, what time you got, Sam?
We got about 19 minutes after the hour, only 11 minutes before Opie and Anthony begin. And a huge, huge show today. Bill in Trenton. What's up, Bill?
Hey, Sam. Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, I want to bring the fact up that I think DJ Who Kid needs to be a permanent member of the show. And maybe we slide Opie into retirement.
I think if we replaced Opie with Who Kid, we would have a slightly different show. I think maybe we can find room for both of them. I'd say that Opie and Who Kid probably provide two different roles for the show. Jimmy James in New Hampshire.
Good morning, broadcasting guru Sam Roberts.
Good morning.
Hey, I would like to take a guess at today's big guest with your clues.
Yes.
I know we need Mars. Is there a possibility that we have Supergroup Asia in the studio?
Oh, I wish they were coming in. That is incorrect today, Jimmy James. I'm sorry.
Have a good one, brother.
But that's not to say that won't happen. Supergroup Asia is back on tour. And I'm with Opie. I think we're both predicting that we will cram that supergroup into the little Opie and Anthony studio, and they will be performing for us. Before we get to today's huge guest announcements, let's play track 12 from Friday's show. I think you're thinking what I think you think I'm thinking, and that's that even on the pre-show here, we've had more than enough of Bobo. That's what we were thinking about as the show was going on Friday, and this is how Bobo reacted to that.
Sam, how'd you feel like your gig went today? Because I saw you like after we went to break, going like this. Nailed it.
Well, I thought Oscar, I mean,
Oscar
you talk
hit it
about
out of the park.
MVPs.
Yeah.
Thank God.
You know, Oscar killed it on his return, and I mean, there's always a show where there's a character who maybe it's time to put him on the bench for a while. And, you know, there's always that one show where you realize,
Yes, that show occurred in 2009.
Bobo, Sam wants to put you on the bench for a while.
Well, I'm not taking. I hope I don't take that long time where it goes. That it goes that too long of a time. I start hitting the bottle when it gets 2 months. When it gets over 2 months.
What do you mean you're hitting the bottle?
Well, once it's gone past the 3rd month, it feels like that.
Why does everyone have to fucking depend on us? Go do your own thing.
I don't feel like
Why are you depending on us? And if we don't do right by you, you hit the bottle.
I have no idea what happens in that kid's head. What happens in Bobo's head is a mystery to me. I hit the bottle if it takes too long, like he becomes an alcoholic. This is everybody who says that Bobo gets mistreated on the Opie and Anthony show. Listen to that. The minute it's even threatened to that kid that you might not be asked to come in once a week, he starts threatening that he's going to hit the bottle if that happens. Good Lord. Let's go to Paul in Virginia. Paul, welcome to the Opie and Anthony pre-show.
I just trying to find out if the boys are going to come in today or are they taking another day off and another day off and another day off.
I saw a tweet or two about this. Are people really surprised that O&A took off President's Day? There's not even any mail coming in. It's a national holiday. What do you mean another day off?
Another day off. Yeah, you're taking at least 2 days off a month now. And you're going to take time off, and we should get...
It's a national holiday.
It's not a national holiday. It's just because the bank is closed, you guys are taking off?
President's Day. Why do you think the bank is closed? The bank is closed. The post office is closed. It's a national holiday. Opie and Anthony don't have to work national holidays. You're just like Bobo. Oh, I don't know. If O&A aren't on 5 days a week, I'll start to hit the bottle.
I'm paying money for a show that no one comes in to go to work for.
What the fuck are you talking about? Because we're in 4 days a week instead of 5 days a week because it was a national holiday.
Do your damn job. It's not really that hard.
Paul, nobody did their job yesterday. It was. Are you complaining to the mailmen today? Are you complaining to the United States Post Office? I don't understand. I'm paying my taxes, and you guys aren't delivering my mail on President's Day. God damn, he hung up. I don't understand. I'm paying my phone bill. It was President's Day, for Christ's sake. Get the fuck out of here is right. Teachers didn't go to work yesterday. Well, I don't understand. Peter on Long Island. Help bring me back to
Santa. Last guy.
Yeah, really.
No, I was just going to say, man, you brought DJ Who Kid to this business. Obviously not here on a radio show. I mean, to this station.
Yeah.
Don't let Opie and Anthony shake them. You brought Who Kid to national attention. You brought the pregnant Sasquatch, even though we love her, to national attention. Opie and Anthony are trying to take some of your talent, man. You're Bobby the Brain Heenan, and they're trying to steal your shit.
Those are my people. I'm going to hold them back until we can finally launch the show that needs to be launched with those two people.
That's what's up. You're the next big thing. Don't let them rock you. Keep bringing the chaos.
Thank you, Peter. Snowy in Michigan.
Hey, Samuel, how you doing, man?
Good.
Apparently I'm not the only person who compares you to Bobby Heenan, huh?
I guess not.
Hey, first off, that one caller cracked me up. The guy said 1 day off. Man. Off his Howard take, for Christ's sake.
Oh, whatever.
I mean, yeah. You know what cracked me up? A couple things. I mean, Bobo was rambling on, and Who Kid was just going like,
Yeah. Well, Who Kid tries to make radio out of anything, but Bobo is among the most trying people that anybody can try to do radio with. Denny in North Carolina.
Hey, Sam, primetime professional broadcaster.
What's up,
I
buddy?
wanted to welcome back Mars and make fun of him and go, damn, that's a good operation.
Yeah, he was. He had some kind of operation. We'll see what he does. Finally, let's go to Chris in Ohio. What's up, Chris?
Hey, Sam.
How you doing?
Hey, you say that it's a huge show today. Does that mean that funny fatso Bob Kelly's coming in?
Okay, look, I didn't mean it literally. Okay, I meant like it was going to be a big deal. A big deal, and it is. And as a matter of fact, Bob Kelly is one of the guests. Let me play a clip from Friday, and then I'll tell you who the guests are. We found out, actually, this is what I want to play. We got into a very interesting conversation on Friday about interns and whether or not it was a worthwhile thing to intern for the Opie and Anthony show. Ron brought it up, I think, but it was interesting, and I got opinions on it, too. Let's go to track 3 from Friday.
I mean, I was in debt up until almost 30 from my schooling, and I didn't go to a crazy place, but I had to pay for my own college.
Well, these kids now, a lot of them are $200,000 in the hole when they get out.
And you gotta pay that back before you get even, and could start making money in your line of work. That it doesn't make sense to me anymore.
I love that they do that. Like they'll go to Syracuse or whatever. They got this big nut, and then they come here to be interns, and we have them get us water.
Oh God, I swear that bothers me. When we have to send them out for food, because I'm like, they're probably thinking that, come on, I want to learn something. I don't want to be a waitress.
Do they learn stuff too? Like they do get like
they do learn. Hopefully,
What did you learn?
Yeah, so
a lot of the way that a radio show runs. Like the intricacies of
chaos.
prep
That's
and all
how
that sort of
it runs.
stuff.
It runs in chaos.
It does.
What's the first thing they teach you? Like whatever the on-air people don't ask you for. Well, you have to anticipate that they're going to need it. Because it's amazing. Like, I get annoyed if we don't have something that there's no way they could know
right.
we need.
Mm.
Yeah. There was a murder in Scarborough. Where's the fucking, where's the article?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of audio editing, too. Bringing audio to the show. And, how we do things a unique way on the ONA show, too. So it's
which means it's no good for you to take on to the next show.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't, like, no one even wants someone from another show because they do everything wrong.
And there's not... There's no shows like our show and your show. There's
a
none
handful
of those.
left.
There really are no worthwhile job skills to take away from interning at the ONA show. However, I like that Sal was towing the company line in there when he was sitting in studio, saying, "Well, you learn how to run a radio show," and no. You know what you learn when you're an intern? You learn how to kiss ass until somebody finally gives you a job. That's the whole purpose of interning, and that's it. That's it. But intern over there, you hear that? Start puckering up, because this is the ass you should be kissing. I don't know. I have nothing to offer him, but hopefully I just like to get my ass kissed. I promised you something. I promised you I would finally reveal why this was going to be such a big show. Today is the day of the second annual Patrice O'Neill benefit. Yes, in studio today on the Opie and Anthony show, I said Bob Kelly, Rich Voss, Bonnie McFarlane, Keith Robinson, Big J. Okerson, Dane Cook, Dave Attell, and Bill Burr, all in studio on the Opie and Anthony show today. You talk about a super show. You talk about a ridiculously huge show. All those comedians, Bob Kelly, Dane Cook, Rich Voss, Bonnie McFarlane, Keith Robinson, Bill Burr, Big J. Okerson, Dave Attell, all in the Opie and Anthony studio today. Eddie in Massachusetts, it doesn't get much bigger than that.
Nah, man, you just stole my thunder, but it's okay. I was going to call in and bust your balls that I haven't heard anyone talk about it today, but I'll definitely be there driving up there after I get out of work. And
Oh, yeah.
it'll be a good
Yeah.
time.
It's going to be a huge show. We honor our late friend, probably the best guest this show has ever had, Patrice O'Neill, with the second annual Patrice benefit tonight. And all those comedians in studio. John in New Hyde Park. What's up,
Hey,
John?
Sammy, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Good, buddy.
I'm really pumped for this show tonight. I love it. Patrice by far my favorite comedian ever to be on the show. But listen, here's some fodder for the show. Definitely look up Rich Voss's celebrity net worth, and then look at Opie's celebrity net worth, and just look at the picture that they got up there for Opie. It's good shit. It's good shit.
All right, I'll check it out. Updates from Opie, Anthony, and Jim today. Of course, Jim was at the Borgata. Opie posted a picture of on Instagram of himself with a mullet in college. And why that would be posted on your Instagram the day before you're going to fill up the studio with killer comedians is beyond me, but he did it. And, of course, Anthony posted a picture of thousands upon thousands of dollars that he won at the casino. All of that coming up right now, because that's when today's Opie and Anthony show begins.